Hey, hi everyone. Sorry for the slight delay. I had to sneeze and wanted to spare you the experience of me doing that. Hey, so
Hello.
hi everybody. How is everybody? How are you all?
How are you doing, guys? How is the
Yeah.
market treating you?
How how depressed is everybody?
Oh my
I'm
god.
really depressed. I was having such a bad day yesterday, and today hasn't made it better, to be honest. I'm actually surprised that we're still holding up above 80 with
You're
Bitcoin.
surprised? You think we're going lower?
I think after what was happening today, earlier in the day, in European day or whatever, right? I think I was thinking maybe it's going to go lower. Maybe it is going to go lower today.
Why? What
So,
happened to the European market?
um, uh, Robert is saying that in German, der Markt kann meine Schmerzen auch nicht lindern. So, um, the Webby is being optimistic. Last little flush on market to come, then good times ahead. So that's what they say, right? No, he
Tavern
didn't
was like because
forget
you
to
forgot
sneeze.
to sneeze.
Not because he forgot to sneeze, but because he had to sneeze.
Good, but no interest in the bank for 4 days is not good. Can we have an update on the situation? We're taking a look into it.
What?
So the
What did
issue
you
is
break,
that,
Santiago?
sorry, I'm not sure what do we break. Like this, this is new because we haven't touched the clans at all. But there has been no interest in the bank for 3 or 4 days. We're already looking into it, Captain, to solve it as soon as possible.
That's not good.
Yeah,
Things happen.
man
So
break.
sorry for that.
I guess something might have break during the some changes we did for the USDC stuff.
Okay. That sounds odd. Really odd,
Yeah,
actually.
exactly. That's why we're taking our time to address it.
So I was actually, I remembered. Um,
What?
um, sorry. I remembered that you told me the story of when you were on the flight. You actually had to attend a medical emergency,
Oh
because
yes.
you're a doctor. I somehow remembered that today, and I thought maybe you want to share that story because it's kind of always this thing. And I think I thought about it because I was going to ask you. It's the first time we talked today, for real. I was going to ask you what I need to do about my back pain because I somehow I did something to my lower back and it's been hurting me the entire day. So
So there are some lidocaine patches that are very good for when you have this kind of pain that doesn't go away and that is very difficult to deal your day to day with. So I would recommend you to getting one of those patches. They are actually pretty big. So what I used to say to my patients is you should take the square and you should cut it in half and then you can put it in your back. They are of lidocaine, so they're very good.
cool. I think I've had them before, so I'll try that.
They're
But
good. I
me,
once had it, and that's great. But usually, it is likely it is because of your position that you have your back pain. You're seated the whole day, and the body isn't designed to be in the same position all day. So oftentimes you change your position. You're like this one time, then you change. It's you have to stand up, do some stretches from time to time. You also need a good chair. I'm not sure if your chair has lower back support, but yeah, you need some of those. Welcome to middle age, children.
yeah, so far I've failed to accept that. But what do? You probably sit all day as well, Santiago. So what do you do
I
to
do
avoid? I
stretching.
mean, you're young. You're young, but
I'm young as well, so yeah, life changed after 30. Yeah, I think after 30 everything breaks.
oh yeah, that's it. Cannabis helps as well. Life life changes after 30. So that's been a while for me, at least. Um, all right. Um, okay. There was the interest in the bank. Then just kept up. They're looking for upgrading. Then Tuki is saying there will be a formal announcement regarding airdrop changes, and you will be seeing the name of Play everywhere. Almost 2 weeks, nothing's happening. So yeah, what can I say? We are seeing the name of Playmind everywhere, so that's what we meant. Maybe I said Play, but I meant Playmind. So we've been rebranding everything towards Playmind, right? So that anyone coming in new when we launch Play will actually see, oh, this is Playmind. It's all Playmind, right? We were actually supposed to have Playmind backgrounds as well for calls, but so far the results haven't been overwhelming or have been underwhelming. So we haven't changed that yet, but that's going to happen as well. Um, so that's that, and there will be a formal announcement regarding the airdrop changes. We can't handle that yet, right? But that's going to happen really soon. I mean, I know I'm sounding like a broken record when I say soon. I'm trying to avoid saying soon, but sometimes you can't help it. So we're we're on it. We're like there isn't. It's not going to take much anymore from here. So that's that. Um, Stop wearing a belt and carrying a rucksack or a backpack if you currently use one. No, neither of those.
I think it is because of your position.
Okay. Yeah, trouble is you've made it the case that Powered by Playmind is nothing more than a slogan. Should have waited until launch so it meant something. Um, if we were able to time it properly, we would have done that. The problem is that certain parts of that process are. Hey, by the way, your dog's barking again, so people will be happy. My kids will be
Oh, I'm
home
sorry.
soon as well, so
Do you want me
I'm
to
gonna
put my
have.
dog inside? But if I put it inside, he will be sad because he won't be parking.
So anyway, coming back to define the dollars comment here. Um, yeah, there are certain parts like the apps and the app and play stores where we don't know exactly how long that would take, right? So that's why we decided to do the rebrand already and move to the launch basically ASAP afterwards. So, but anyway, I should show you that things are developing. Look, that's a good suggestion. Put the dog on your desk so we can see him or her,
If
him,
he
right? So,
comes by, then I'll put him in the desk. I have a dog that loves to be hugged and be on your arms, and then I have another dog that just hates it. Like you try to hug him and everything, and he just starts to like do weird noises.
so you have two dogs.
I have two dogs.
Wow.
Only one of them barks. The other one just enjoys her life.
So make sure that you show the dog as soon as he comes by.
Did I check Discord today? Yes, I was reading through it. I like the idea so far. Thank you so much, man. I will reply after I end reading it all. I finish reading it all. If I click on this stream, I will show you my bulldogs. That's great. I love bulldogs.
Then
Question
we
from
might want to bring people from chat on stream as well to show their
that would be
pets.
cool to have some guests from the some guest invited to the stream. Is there a way to downgrade gear? For example,
Wow.
if I had a level 5 legendary, could I break it to 3x level 4 items? Because some items short on the amount available and could use rarity when vision and bring more value to them. What do you think?
One thing is kind of the theoretical question, right? Would it be a thing? Like, would we accept that? And the other is a practical thing. How
Yeah, I
would
was
we do
thinking about
this,
that.
right?
Yeah, I was
Um,
thinking about that. We will need like a lot of lens.
so obviously Webby had this in mind already, that from a theoretical perspective, so long as there's no arbitrage to be done from these kinds of let's call them blends, right? So you get less out than you put in when blending. I would say sure, why not actually, because it just would increase the possibilities to interact with these items. From a practical perspective, I have no idea how we would do that, because right now it's a ton of blends.
It will
This
be
would be even
very
more
difficult.
blends. Um, I think
Give
it's
me a second.
possible. Yes, because we've had um, the gold shit. What's it called? Not the gold extractor, but the gold. Oh my goodness! How do I not know that? Probably because I don't have any. The gold aggregator, exactly. The gold aggregator. The gold aggregator dissolution blend. So that we could do it like that, but that would be thousands of additional blends. But I don't see any other way of actually creating individual blends. So maybe if we did that only for legendaries and mythics,
It will still be a lot.
and only for level 5 and 6.
You reduced it to like 60 blends.
That's not a lot, right? That's not a
Yeah,
lot.
I mean, that's doable.
Um,
Okay, guys, I want to make a little dynamic. We have 90 people here. I want you to put in chat right now if you think we are in a bull market or in a bear market.
so
You just have to put bull or bear.
yeah, so that's probably a reaction to what Brent
Yes,
wrote.
chaos.
Um, chaos is about right. Pull back
Pull
and
back in
bull.
bull. Okay, interesting. Bear, it's March.
Isn't March
Okay.
typically a good month? Somebody
No,
told me
it's not
recently.
typically. Usually, not by November, December, we have some good months. Beerish. Oh my god, we have a lot of beerish people on here.
Well, you know that um, if everybody says it's a bear market, it's typically a bear market, bear market.
A strange market. Beer, but buy signal is coming. What do you think will be a good buy signal?
Bitcoin going up 20%.
Yeah, that might be. March is a good month to enter and exit April. Okay, you're looking to do a short trade.
Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. March is Woman Month. So there was the International Women's Day on Saturday. So congrats and GG's to all women for your International Women's Day, belatedly.
March is a good month to enter and exit April. I was thinking about that.
But that's short term, right? Because
Yeah,
like overall, bull bear, right? Maybe we can't categorize things as easily anymore. So I don't know. Yeah, it's very weird signals because the macro is not there, right? From a macroeconomic perspective, it's not looking very bullish, right? There's like high interest rates still. Job market isn't great. Whatever these kinds of things. At the same time, there is a lot of bullish signals right now. The U.S. have a strategic Bitcoin reserve. I think everybody's been super disappointed with the how,
we
but
have been fooled. That's my take.
maybe people were reading a little bit too much into kind of what people have been suggesting, right? Maybe the Loomis suggestion was a little bit too bullish, right? Or would have been a little bit too bullish. So it still needs to be practical. So I don't know, but on a larger scale, I think this was incredibly bullish still, right? Because it's now the US are acknowledging Bitcoin and other cryptos as as a strategically valuable asset, right? And that changes quite a lot. It's just that from a short-term perspective, people were expecting a lot more. Maybe the expectations were not realistic, right? But who knows?
I mean, yeah, I'm disappointed. But I also think we lost kind of the essence of what we were fighting for. We are not fighting for, and not really fighting. We're building towards a better future, towards making decentralization, decentralized finance, and every system work in a better way. Honestly, I'm not here to see the price go up. I know a lot of people are here to see the price go up, as everyone. But I don't really like the idea of now rooting for governments to buy our crypto, being like what we were looking for like 4 years ago.
So you're still one of the decentralization maximalists.
Not maximalists. I don't care if they buy, but I don't really think they should be our saviors. Neither them or neither a sailor from strategy. I just don't think we should root for that to happen.
So what should we root for? Like what is it? Like what in your mind? If it's not that, if it's not big institutions buying and basically generating more adoption through that, right? Because there's
Yeah,
two
we
things.
should
There's
be
the
rooting for adoption. We shouldn't be
but this
rooting
is
for
adoption.
people to be buying more.
This is
And neither the
this is
government's
adoption at
like,
its heart.
yeah, we need the US to buy crypto from us. Like, we need ways of people to get to access to crypto, to get to know crypto, and to get to use crypto. For example, the MetaMask credit card. I don't know if you have seen it. It seems it is working great right now.
I haven't. I have. I think I've heard about it, but um, well, I mean, there's so many credit cards. Isn't that defeating the purpose of crypto as well?
Not really. Why?
Because you're still using the old financial system and you're throwing money at Visa and Mastercard, and whoever
Until
American
you have
Express.
a good onboarding platform, I think this is a good intermediate solution until we have some native solutions on chain.
But do you think people will actually adopt native solutions if it's so easy to just spend your crypto selling, yeah, basically selling crypto to crypto.com or MetaMask or whatever, and then they will settle this in cash?
I think people will do it. I think people need easy ways of onboarding and offboarding their crypto.
Yeah, but if it's that, if it's as easy as that, with I don't know, PayPal and Revolut and crypto.com and MetaMask and whatnot, then why would anybody actually implement native payments, blockchain payments into anything?
I don't understand your question or your statement.
We're talking about adoption, and I'm saying
Yes,
institutions and also especially the US government actually buying or holding crypto is actually that means adoption, right? Because it's actually large scale adoption. It's not kind of retail adoption. It's not that kind of Web3 thing, but it's adoption of crypto at the highest level. So this is also adoption. But you're saying this is not what we should root for because you're thinking it's actually centralizing too much, right? And then this is kind of defeating the purpose of crypto um, if it's not in the hands of individuals anymore, but the price is being held hostage by large institutions effectively, right? Because if Michael Saylor would announce, "Hey, I'm going to be gradually selling," even not if he doesn't have to say, "I'll be dumping Bitcoin," right? But the
yeah,
moment he actually starts saying, "Hey, we'll be gradually selling Bitcoin," um, right? I mean, where is this going to get the Bitcoin price? It's going to jump 20% or so the moment these super bullish people will start selling, right? The people who actually create that as a reserve, right? And it's supposed to just go up in value long term and not go down in value. And I mean, the timescale for this Sailor is talking about 2035, 2040, 2050. I don't know, right? Super long term, but it is going to happen eventually because what good is a reserve if you just hold, right?
exactly.
So, but then again, Fort Knox and the gold there has been held for a really long time. So I don't know. Maybe there is good in that, just having the holding the asset and that being worth something. So I don't know. It's but to me that's adoption, right? And you're saying, hey, but the MetaMask card is actually quite interesting. And I'm saying, but if we're talking about adoption, then who would ever like me as if I were a merchant, why would I implement native blockchain based solutions if I can basically just if there's enough solutions where people can basically spend their crypto using a credit card, so I can basically easily just implement credit card payments and not I don't have to go to Coinbase Commerce, for instance, to accept crypto payments, right?
Oh, okay, I got you. But that's also part of the evolution of this payment service. They will naturally, like the data fast and everything that you use to pay something, they will naturally have crypto payments. I think that's where we are going to. They will have the credit card payments, and they could also have crypto native payments
But why would they? If
for the
anyone,
volume. If they want to get a fee out of it, they will have to implement it because if they don't, someone else will. If they want
that's
to
not been the
get that
case so
into
far.
the market. Sorry?
Do you think that after Bitcoin being there for more than 15 years, um, there's hardly any place where you can natively spend your Bitcoin, right?
Yes.
So even in El Salvador, they are now basically reducing that again, and then that being a legal tender and whatnot. Um, so don't you think that after 15 years, if there were so many benefits to actually having native crypto payments on your service as a merchant, people wouldn't have adopted that more?
Not really considering everything that Bitcoin and crypto represent for most of the people. Like most of the people see it as a scam, as a way to lose money, as a way to wash trade. So considering all of that, it's easy to understand why it hasn't been widely adopted. Right now, it is
Okay,
still a niche. Like only 4%, I think, of the population own Bitcoin.
but this is where we're going in circles then, right? Because if you're saying
And
in order
I
to have
also
more
agree with the point
adoption,
of dollar. So like not with the lack of regulatory clarity. Like before, like 5 years ago, we didn't have any regulatory clarity. about how to proceed with this. No one dared to do anything with it because we didn't have the clarity. Right now, we have the Bitcoin ETF, the Ethereum ETF. Today,
And we have a Bitcoin reserve.
we have a slightly Bitcoin reserve. Today, BBVA, which is one of Spain's largest bank, announced that they will have custodial services for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we're getting there. We're getting the adoption, and I am happy about that.
But you said you don't want big institutions to be involved in this.
I said we shouldn't be rooting for them to buy our bags. That's what I said. It isn't about that to holding into crypto. I could also be rooting for the bank to buy my Pokemon cards, but that's not really what I want.
Why not? Why not? Why wouldn't you want that? They would go up in price.
They could go
I mean,
up.
in general, I agree that. I mean, in Europe, to be honest, the regulatory landscape has been pretty good, right? So there's no big issues with that. I think from a practical perspective, it's still not great, right? So there's, I think the volatility is a big issue. I think the price overall for crypto is still way too low, because if the price were much higher, then we wouldn't see as much volatility, right? If more people would hold Bitcoin and well, large scale cryptos, people would hold them and trade them and buy and sell them regularly, right? Then volatility would be much lower. And this is what we need, because there is a lot of risk in actually handling native crypto, right? Unless you actually want to just accept crypto but be paid out in fiat or in stables, right? Like then you can use Coinbase Commerce. I think their fees are a little bit high, but you can do it like that. But actually native payments, because this is what you would want, right? If you just offer crypto payments just because you want to offer crypto payments and you expect more volume from that, okay, fair enough. But in that case, if you use then something like Coinbase Commerce and these Bitcoin that people send you, or Sol or Wombat or Play that are being sent to you, get flipped automatically immediately, right? Then there's not a lot of a gain. But if it would be so cool if merchants would actually hold Bitcoin after being paid with it, right? So that there's a little bit of a reduction in velocity at the very least. Maybe even they would be stashing up some Bitcoin. So I think that would be really cool. But I don't see us going there anytime soon.
Yeah. Mocat or Mochat, I don't know how to say it. I keep hearing the kids talk about BTC transfer payments as though it was Venmo. That's right. Bitcoin can only handle 6 transactions per second. So when we're talking about crypto, I don't really think Adrian or me are referring to Bitcoin at all as a payment service that could compete with any credit card system. But there are other blockchains that can use this effort, and they
I
call
mean,
it
much of Twitter was
Bitcoin.
putting out Lightning, and obviously Lightning has
Oh,
been around
Lightning
for
also works. Yes.
a really long time. Lightning works barely. I'm still fascinated by the limitations of Lightning.
Do you know
Still,
what's
after
something
so
funny? Like I was taking a look into this that only 4% of people hold any Bitcoin. You sound like a boomer. I
I'm
don't hold
almost a
Bitcoin
boomer.
at all. Like I hold crypto, but I don't hold Bitcoin at all. Yes. So should I consider myself part of the 4% or not?
No,
No. So I'm not part of the statistic.
but I heard different stats. To be honest, I think there was, but maybe that
I think
was
I think 4% was in the US.
across
Maybe
all
something.
crypto as well. I think it was more like 10 or 12% or so.
Let's see. Let's take a look at it.
Let me
Let's
Google
do
this for
some
you.
fact check. Uh, yes.
I don't know, maybe.
The global cryptocurrency ownership at an average of 6.8%. I'm not sure if I should believe them, but yeah, 6.8 from this
So
source.
essentially, 1/15 of the entire world is holding crypto. Still a lot of adoption possible, right? And that's just holding. And most people, they actually just want to hold and or trade, right? So many people are just basically sign up to an exchange, deposit some money, never do anything with it. Um,
Sorry, any updates about partner NFTs in DM Chest? If I am right, are you asking Discord about projects which want to do a collab here? Yes, I asked in Discord, so I could have a list of go-to collections. I can bash them with my ideas. I think for next season we should have something cool. Like,
so is there anything happening? So I guess Robert's question is not, did you ask about it?
yes,
But
I asked
is there
about it.
anything happening?
Um, I mean, yes and no. I haven't reached out to the. I reached out to the content creators, but I haven't proceeded with them yet.
Any chance we get last week's Twitch video on demand live? I don't know what happened there, but I'll ping. If Matt isn't here, I think he hasn't.
Do the
I'll ping him
business
again.
rise up against the holders?
Yeah. Um, I mean, I think it's gonna get really ugly when Bitcoin reaches like 1 million or so, and there's some people who are like super, super, super rich, right? And others who haven't had anything, and there might something might happen eventually, right? And that's not going to be against the institutions, not against strategy or whoever other big institutions, BlackRock, but more like against the people who basically just got they were holding 300 Bitcoin and now they're basically 300 millionaires. I don't know.
So this actually happened to me during the weekend. A friend approached to me and asked me if this was a good time to buy Ethereum. What do you reply? A, this is a good time to buy Ethereum. B, why the fuck will you be buying Ethereum? Or C, no, this is not a good time.
Um, I get
Or
that as
D,
well.
Ethereum is great.
I mean, I wouldn't turn down if people want to buy Ethereum. I wouldn't turn them down, right? I mean, that's fine. Ethereum is as good an asset as a lot of others as well. It may not outperform dramatically, but if people want to get exposed to crypto, I would say, hey, why not buy ETH, right? Um,
All of
and
the
I always recommend that people don't just buy. That they basically, if they have a certain amount of money they want to invest, let's say $1,000, then if they are looking into buying something, they should diversify across multiple different assets to
exactly.
get exposure to multiple different assets. But also they should dollar cost average, right? Because there's no guarantee that the price will go up straight from here, right? So they might actually want to use 10, 20, 25% of the total amount of money that they want to invest by now, then wait for, say, the next pullback, the next dip. um, wait for the next pullback, wait for the next dip, buy again, right? And so this typically works, right? If you don't deploy all the money that you want to deploy at once, and that's what I really like about crypto, is that you can actually invest such small amounts, right? You can basically put in $2 worth if you have the right place of doing this, and get exposure to crypto assets with very little money.
Interesting. So actually what I did is just first, after giving him a speech that he should be prepared to lose everything if he decides to follow my advice, we set him up with a nice portfolio. Like it was, I cannot remember well, but it was like 20% Solana, 20% Sui, 20% Avalanche, 20% Ethereum, and I cannot remember the last one. I think it was USDC or any other token that he liked.
So you're weighting Sui and Solana and Avalanche the same as ETH. Interesting, interesting thinking.
It was Polygon. That was that's a difficult one. I like Polygon, so I told him, yeah, this one is likely to not go up. So I will advise you to not follow me, but I will put Polygon.
Interesting. Yeah, Polygon has been doing really, really badly. Really, really badly. Robot has been waiting on an answer for his question here. That's to you.
That's to me. Um, I think we have it pretty sorted out. Besides one little snitch from our last call, so we have out. Okay, people. So we have everything ready, but we want to find a way to get the mob tokens involved. So that's what we're taking a look at of how to implement the mob tokens, or only one mob token after we perform or do a contest for it to be implemented.
So that is a question to the chat here. Oh my God, it's raining so hard. I hope that my connection will last. Uh, so that's a question to the chat actually. Like, would you actually appreciate if we introduce more usage for the mob tokens slash the wombatiums, the colored wombatiums, or not? And I mean, to me, it would always be nice if they're not all symmetrical, right? So if it actually matters which one you use, or that there's just one of them for a specific purpose, because so far they've all been interchangeable, right? And um, sorry, I had to laugh about Rising Dragons comment.
That
Uh,
wait, finish your idea and then I will work towards this.
everything is ready, but everything is ready. Uh, yeah, no. So I would like to hear from the chat, and also, yeah, if because what Santiago and I have been discussing was, hey, maybe we don't use all three, but we do a little bit of a contest to decide which one should go in this one, and the next time we might do a contest again for to determine which one will be used next time, right?
I think right
So
now, yeah, what we need is the contest. We need a contest idea. We had a contest about making it about staking. I'm not too fond of it because it doesn't sound really fun at all.
let's make it about burning. I don't know, right? Let's make it about.
We could make it about burning. That's also true. What do you have in mind, people? Come on, tell us something.
Pretty sure your connection is waterproof. It is waterproof, but sometimes when the dish, the I have Starlink, right? When the Starlink dish gets covered by too much water, I have the feeling um,
You have a feeling everything is going to go down.
that my connection, I kind of lose my connection at times.
So actually, this is I wanted to go back, circle back into this. Um, they also teach you how to give bad news in the hospital to people, to patients, and they tell you that you should never use the word bad. Like you cannot say everything went great, but this, like, you should have and find ways to tell the news that everything goes along easily, and explain it in a way that it doesn't seem as negative as you can, because whenever you put a bad, even when you're negotiating, there's the brain doesn't like it. So that's very interesting.
So that's a great idea, but you haven't said how you would actually do it. So next time you get asked about what's the progress on the Gamer Cave collection, what do you say?
Everything is ready. We are just finishing some details
Okay,
about the clan.
that sounds pretty much like you're just
No, but
trying
you
to
don't use
avoid
bad.
the word, but it's the same kind of meaning of it, right? But anyway, that's okay.
Oh, you use a Sterling?
I use Starlink, yeah.
How is it?
It's awesome. it's
Oh, really?
I
Nice.
I was so impressed by, like, when I first had it. So when we first moved to Portugal, we were in a rental, and we started out with a mobile connection because there's typically no fiber in on these little villages where we live, and even if the fiber connections aren't very good, right? So most people use mobile internet, but that didn't work out for us. So our landlord back then had Starlink installed, and I was trying this out. And at peak, I was getting 350 up to 400 mbit, and it's pretty good upstreams as well. So that was really really good. So I got it for the new home as well. because all the mobile connections weren't as good. And it's not that expensive. I think I'm paying 35 or 40 bucks per month now. And it's been very reliable so long as you have an unobstructed view on the sky, right? With just a very few exceptions where sometimes it seems like there isn't enough satellites available, or maybe there is actually a weather issue, like a, I don't know, atmospheric thing happening during thunderstorms or heavy rain or something like that. But so far it's been really, really good. So I really can't complain as much as can be said about Elon Musk in a positive or negative way. The Starlink product, is really, really good.
Well, it's better to evaluate what kind of ecosystem tokens have, staking NFTs where the token can be used, and pick the best one. I don't really like the idea of making it something arbitrary. Like we go and we check which is the best token in our opinion. Like, no, I'm not too fond of it. Rather, I mean, it will be like a missed chance because we could make right now a cool contest about it.
But also the question is, would you want to use the one that has most adoption or least adoption, right? Would you, like, from a philosophical perspective, do you want to support the underdogs, or do you want to kind of use the one that has the most adoption already? Because that would obviously feed into this one having most adoption, right? Or even more adoption. So it's kind of like in explicit terms, if you support blue, right? If you use blue, then blue will basically get even more. Although it's already kind of the most expensive token, and the blue Wombatiums are more expensive, right? Is that what you want, or should we, like us as the ones basically trying to balance the ecosystem and so on, should we not go for yellow instead, because yellow has been seeing the least adoption so far?
People give us ideas for the MOF contest. I haven't obtained any single idea. Otherwise, you could introduce 3x gamer PCs in the color of the mobs and make the planning of new PCs an event itself.
But
what will be the competence or the challenge within it?
Only one of them will get MP.
Oh my god, do you imagine? Oh my god. You want me to be out of my job. Like, if I do that, next day I'll be raided in my house. That's part of the idea, because there are two takes, and I'm not saying any of them are wrong. Like, Define the Dollar says we should be able to use any MOF token. Then the cheaper ones will get bought up and they will equalize. So what are you aiming for? Like, do you want the three tokens to be at the same level? Or you want one of the tokens to differentiate between all the activities that they do, like staking, buying NFTs, selling stuff? Like, what are you looking for with these tokens?
Are you asking Define the Dollar or the chat or myself?
The three of them. Like, I know you want for them to be differentiated.
No, what I want is that the work and the strength of the mob reflects in the token price.
Yeah,
right. Because this is what typically, like, if you have meme coins, this is what typically should happen, right? The strength of the community should be reflected in the token price. Okay. And so ideally, this is what we're looking for, right? And oh, look at that.
So yeah, this is the one that barks all the time.
So this is the one who likes cuddling.
Yeah, he also likes cuddling.
So now he's gonna sit on your lap for the rest of the stream.
He has a chair, actually. I just put him in his chair.
So what are your thoughts on this, Santiago?
Sorry, I was distracted showing the dog. I'm so sorry. But in general, I agree with you that the efforts from the MOF leaders and the MOF tokens should be able to reflect on the price.
So something like this, your village people suggesting
50 MP each. Oh my god.
That would be. Yeah, I don't know if people would actually participate in this, because some people might anticipate, hey, blue is gonna win anyway, so it's not worth doing this. I will not spend my my RDC or my 1B tokens on this or whatever, right? So um, that would be painful indeed.
We could make a raffle, maybe. We set up some tickets. We make people buy a red, blue, or yellow ticket. We make a little raffle behind it, and then we also choose out of all the tickets one that will get the boost of these mob formations. So we make it a raffle by itself. We set up some NFT prices. Then you get to enter into the raffle because you want to vote for your favorite mob token, and then you also have the benefit that you're contributing into making that token get more utility for the gamer cave.
So effectively, you would say, okay, if for instance you sell tickets for let's say 1,000 mob tokens each, something like that,
Yes. So you could
and
sell three tickets, like a yellow ticket, a blue ticket, and a red ticket.
you buy them with wax or you buy them with the mob tokens.
With good question. We could make it both.
Okay. Um, so okay, let's say so, and would the price be the same for each one of them, or would you say it's let's
Yes,
say 1,000 mob tokens worth, or 10 or a million mob tokens worth, so that the prices would already differ
I
between
think the
blue and
price will be fixed, like 1,000 tokens, mob tokens for each of them. I
okay, but
know
then the
some of
prices
them
are
will be
different.
more expensive, so that's why we will implement the wax price, so they could buy at the same level.
That's okay. That's hideous. Okay, let's just talk about it. This is brainstorming live, right?
Yeah.
Um, Kev is like, boo.
What don't
um,
you like? You can be part of the conversation and contribute.
don't just boo. Exactly. So okay, so then we have these tickets, and then you would do a raffle. And so if we have like 300 blue tickets and let's say 600 red tickets and 900 yellow tickets, then yellow would have a 3 times higher chance of winning this than blue, essentially, and red would have a double, the 2 times higher chance to win than blue. Something like this.
Yes.
That's what you're imagining. Okay.
So yes, you get like 1,000 entries, like let's say 600 blue, 200 yellow, 200 red. We do the raffle. If you have a ticket, your ticket is the same. Like you could have a red ticket, it is still one entry. You get the NFT if you win, and then we do like a live stream in which we spin a roulette, and for example, the blue mob will have a 60% chances of getting the plant. Or we could do it something arbitrary, like yeah, they got 60%, so they win.
Whew. Um,
What
okay.
do,
It
what do
seems
you think, guys?
there isn't all that many reactions to this yet.
Yeah.
People don't
Robot
like
says if you will
raffles.
make it like a blending event, like I described, most created PCs, you could reset the count each season and make it a regular event for blending this.
That is actually quite nice.
Yeah, that's a cool
That
idea.
we don't have it fixed, but we do this thing every season all over.
Let me see something.
Okay, there's seems to be um, they have a saying in the army: "Kiss, keep it simple, stupid," or I think we're adding unnecessary extra work and complicating the process.
Might be.
Piotrek was saying, sorry, but don't think you're spot on for delivering raffle or buy events. Just do some stable blends you can get from games or chest and focus on things should have been delivered uh, years ago. And Quadrels started saying, I didn't listen, but anything that Z comes with is just a terrible idea. That I don't agree with Quadro
Can
Hellstart.
someone? No, Quadro is a friend. Can someone report and ban Quadro, please? No, I'm
Hmm.
kidding. Don't ban Quadro.
I want utility for all the tokens, not just one.
No, don't ban him. He's a friend. Don't ban Quadro.
Too
No.
late.
He's,
Prince Paradox, please unban.
he loves it. It's the only reason why I say it. I mean, Quadro is salty because I'm a better Minecraft player than him. That's the
Minecraft.
reason. Yes, Minecraft. I met him playing Minecraft in the uplift.
Ah, an uplift.
He's just salty about it. I know it.
Good enough. So okay, I think we have a downvote for like a general community sentiment downvote for the raffle idea overall.
As you can see, we have worse jokes. So yeah, true. People are sleeping. They are not contributing that much. We have Robot helping us. Well, Piotrek will also help us with some fair approach.
Um, there was a fun thing by
What is a sausage? Oh, sausage is sausage, right?
what? There
So
was
so sick. Sausage.
Soßig.
Is that sausage?
No, I
Oh,
mean it's not really a German word. You would have spell it differently for it to be um, saucy. Soßig would be, but this would use a different S.
oh,
But
Beantown is here. Hey man, how are you doing? He was going through some audits. I hope everything is great.
right.
Thank you for listening.
There was something. Prince Paradox was posting this. The Red Mob has told me today, es ist verboten, Kaffee mit Knackwurstwasser aufzusetzen. And I would totally agree. You
How do you
know,
pronounce that?
Knackwurstwasser.
That's why I will never learn German. Is that German,
Um, that's German, yeah. And basically, it's forbidden to brew coffee with the water that you do to put sausages in when you can them, right?
right? Why would you
Uh,
do that?
well, obviously, you wouldn't. That's why it's funny, I guess. Um, Captop. German is the easiest language to learn, I think. Cool.
It's the easiest.
I don't mind, right? People have been saying that about languages like Japanese as well, that Japanese wouldn't be too hard. I can't tell, right? Some people were saying that Spanish is super easy. I don't know. Some people are saying English is pretty easy.
I mean,
Some people say German is super difficult.
If you know Spanish or English or French, it is pretty easy to learn the variety of those languages because they have the same root. So you usually just have to learn some of the vocabulary and you're done.
It's really funny because ever since I started learning Portuguese, I understand Spanish much better.
Yeah, that's why I say you can learn Portuguese in a couple of months or English in a couple of months, Catalan as well.
I think the problem with something like Portuguese is not the learning the words, is the learning to listen
Pronunciation.
and to understand. That's the hardest because even if when I say something to a Portuguese in Portugal, right, and I think I'm like pretty sure I pronounce it correctly, they sometimes will go like, "Oh, what?" And then they say that in their own word after they understand. They say it, they repeat it, and it sounds totally different. And I'm like, how can I be so wrong?
The Spanish is easy. I'm not sure. I mean, I can't really tell. Like, I don't know. Esperanto. What is Esperanto? Where do they talk Esperanto?
They don't. It's a language that was invented to be basically the world's language.
And what happened?
It didn't become the world's language.
It's like, oh, okay, interesting. The issue with Spanish is too many dialects.
Comrade Forest
Elvish.
Elvish. Yes, this is really nerdy. A friend of mine started doing that after old friend, after the movies came out. He was like talking Elvish. Okay, sorry. I actually realized we had some questions that have been asked a while ago, so maybe we should revisit them. Piotreko has been asking, wombat staking has been removed from the app, so is play coming anytime soon? Because removing from the app makes the impression for a long time to wait. That has something to do with it, right? So when we launch Play, we don't want to give people who download the Wombat app new, right, from scratch, the first time downloaders, first time users. We don't want to direct them into Wombat staking because why would we, right? It doesn't make any sense. So instead, there's going to be Play staking, and as soon as Play staking is live, it's going to go in the app. But since we don't have play staking yet, we decided to remove the speed dial button altogether, right? So that's the reason. One reason. The other reason is that Wombat staking is currently not available anymore, right? So why would we send people into a feature that's not available, right? So they can't actually stake. So that's why. That's the two reasons why that's not there anymore. And yes, that should hint at plays coming soon.
I need an expression for this. Like whenever you are left looking at the infinite and you just like are distracted. Because in Spanish you said you're tostado, which is I was toasted, but I don't think it's the right translation.
Roasted.
Roasted, but do you actually say it like whenever you're just distracted, look at the horizon?
Oh no.
Yeah, that's why.
Massbaz has been asking on which chain will the USDC be sent. So they will be
Holding
sent
on and what's
on the same chain that people have been
on the same
receiving them.
chain that
Right.
you choose. My advice will be for you. No, actually, either chain is fine to receive the USDC.
Okay.
I have an idea. I wanted to ask you. Maybe the
Me
implementation
or
will
the
be yes,
chat.
you. Maybe the implementation will be hard. I'm not sure. Like for example, what do you think? People were saying that they like that we integrated some NFT rewards to the top users within Dungeon Master. What if you integrate something like gift cards for the top users in the leaderboard on the Wombat app on OnePlay?
Gift cards for what?
For example, $10 Amazon gift cards for the one who gets top one in the weekly leaderboard, something like that.
Do you think people would appreciate Amazon gift cards over hard crypto?
They could. I mean, it's a reward on top of what they get.
Yeah, but still, right? I mean, that's a question to the chat. Would
That's a
anyone
good question. Yes.
really appreciate, because I would say like hell no, right? Like for me personally, why would I want an Amazon gift card if the alternative would be to get the same nominal amount in crypto, right? If it's $10, let's say a $10 gift card, why would I appreciate that more than a $10, let's say 10 USDC or $10 worth of Wombat or ten
If
dollars
it's
worth
an
of
extra
EOS?
gift, yes.
It doesn't matter whether it's extra or not, right? It's basically, I would always want crypto over any kind of gift card because I don't know if I would be able to redeem it. There's a lot of problems with these, yada yada yada, right? And I don't know whether I actually like. Do I have
I guess
Amazon
it
to
would
begin
be
with?
very difficult. Yeah, I thought you didn't want to do gift cards because of refunds and if they don't work. That's also true.
I've spoken to a person who has run a gift card business, right? So all they were doing is essentially giving out gift cards. They were having huge problems with those because some people would actually say, "Hey, I typed in the right code, but it didn't work," but you have no way of proving whether or not that has worked, right? So you don't know if when you buy a gift card, there's a lot of reselling of gift cards going on, right? There's a big industry around that. Um, and people are basically getting margins, earning margins on these. So there's no way of telling whether one has been used before, right? So that's what I heard. I don't know. I didn't really check that because that's a very obscure business to me. But I never wanted to get into that business, especially after talking to this person who has been in this business for years, right? And they've
Interesting.
been like, okay, it's very stressful and so on. There's been another one by Captop. Do you work
Wait, sorry. I clicked like. Question is how much commission is Santiago getting from these gift card retailers
in crypto? Obviously.
in crypto? Yeah, I don't accept gift card payments. What a loser. No, actually, when I got into crypto, there was no way to get them to off ramp this crypto in my country. So what I only could do, and
Is
I'm talking about
moving.
3 years ago, I could only buy gift cards, over its gift cards, and I was so happy buying my over gift cards because I was saying like, yeah, I'm doing this stuff and I'm getting free food. Now it has
Yeah.
evolved to a lot of
Do
stuff.
Do you have Amazon in Ecuador?
We do now, but 2 years ago we didn't.
Okay. There was another question that was relating to Starlink. Do you worry Musk will just shut down Starlink, like what they can do with your Tesla car? I actually don't right now because they just built it as a commercial product. What I'm more worried about is that they might actually shut it down in specific countries. But that's the advantage of being in Portugal. Portugal will never do anything to anybody. It's not not enough of a kind of relevant country, I believe, for Musk.
Interesting. So what about the stablecoins? If stablecoins are illegal in my country, now what I should do since the stablecoins are now my only payout option? Which country are you from? I didn't know there was a country in which the stablecoins are illegal.
But I would say flip them into a token of your choice that's not illegal.
Yeah. I mean, that's interesting. I never heard of anyone saying that stable tokens are illegal.
I think I can imagine.
Do you?
Yeah.
Like, for example, South America, I'm sure South America it isn't. North America as well. Europe, no way. Maybe Africa?
I think I don't know about, like, India used to have very strict regulations around crypto. So that maybe that was something. Yeah, but it's not Europe banning USDT. That's funny, right? Because USDT is not on the list of MiCAR compliant stablecoins, right? And there's reasons why. Okay, and it's funny if you look at the list, it's ridiculous because the only really relevant MiCAR compliant stablecoin is actually USDC, right? Part of the reason why we're using USDC here. But anyway, it's not actually banned. The only thing that's happened is you're still allowed to use USDT in your non-custodial wallets, right?
Yes.
But exchanges that want to be EU regulation compliant, like Binance, for instance, they're now removing USDT. They had removed it before and then they added it back, and now they're removing it again, only for European customers, for EU customers.
But they haven't removed it yet, right?
I think
I
it's
think
still there, but I think
they
I
have
think they
until
will.
December of this year.
No, I think they're going to go faster. I don't know, probably end of March or end of April or something like that,
Interesting.
when they will stop supporting USDT for EU customers, right? So it's not going to be all together. But for instance, OKX has that, right? So I was having a hard time withdrawing my. I think I have XMR Monero on OKX, and because of this is a privacy coin, right? It's not tradable on OKX anymore. So instead, if you want to withdraw it now, you can't pay the fee in XMR anymore because it's not a tradable asset. So they ask you to actually pay in USDT. So
XMR is Monero, right?
XMR is Monero, exactly.
Okay.
And now I'm supposed to pay the fee, the withdrawal fee in USDT. It's one USDT, not a big issue. But since I'm in the EU, I can't trade USDT. I can't buy USDT. I can't deposit USDT. I have no way of getting USDT. So I have no way of withdrawing my XMR. Been in touch with the support. It's a real pain in the back. But anyway, USDT is not banned, right?
So it means they're banning it then, right? No, not really. I mean, for centralized exchanges, it is kind of they are not able to use it, but you can still use it with any decentralized exchange and swap any tokens you want.
Yeah.
It's interesting
Oh,
because it seems like USDT is becoming the powerhouse stable token for North America, and USDC will be the one for Europe, as far as I see it. In terms that USDT also has a lot of their collateral in US bonds, so it seems that also the US is more interested into supporting USDT than USDC.
but USDC is doing the same, right? They
Yes,
also hold a lot of bonds.
I don't know if they hold bonds. I'm not
I
sure.
mean, they don't hold just cash, which USDT used to do, right? But
Yes,
anyway, I think overall Circle are doing a really good job around USDC. So I think it's gonna be widely adopted.
I mean
But yeah,
yes,
in
you
Europe it
saw
is
that.
like that, but it's not illegal to hold or use USDT. It's just if exchanges want to be compliant with my card, then they would have to go that way in the EU for EU customers, right? So yeah. Um, can you move ahead? Maybe
What?
because I need to take a quick break, and I'll be right back. Maybe you can pull up another question. There's two more that I want to answer, but
Let me see. Sure, go ahead.
I'll be right back.
I can take over. So, guys, I really want to do a stream showing you stuff because I have a lot of links actually in my tab, and I was like, yeah, I would love to show it to you, but I know that Tavern isn't the place to show you DeFi protocols and airdrop farming or stuff that maybe you are interested in. So, if you had to choose a day in which you would like me to like do a stream, which day will it be? Like, which one will be the best for you? Because I have a lot, and believe me when I said like, yeah, I would love to. That's all nearly crypto to me. Friday, Friday. Okay, we can do Friday. I mean, we have the chat with the PM, but we could do it earlier. Like, does the same time for the tavern work? Like a DeFi discover, not really DeFi, but a crypto discovery stream for 20. And what will you be more interested in? To getting to know more DeFi protocols, maybe do some airdrop farming, getting to know more new blockchains, for example, Monad, Abstract, Zero G. There are a lot. Farm it all and show us chains. Okay, I think that will be great. I don't know if Pedro is in the stream. Maybe I can talk with him so we can set up a stream. What you farming? Quick shoutouts. Abstract. I'm farming Zero G. I will type it. If it sends 0G, abstract a little bit. Yeah, I have actually, I should do more about abstracts. What I am doing with abstract is sometimes I use any the app, and then I click on a stream and I go do something else, and I leave it on the main tab open, and someone is streaming, and I don't know what they're doing, but I'm doing that. With Monad, there is a layer 3 quest for Monad that you should do. I encourage everyone to do. It takes a little bit, like 1 hour, but why don't Zero G? That also happened to me, but I found this page that you can use.
Is that airdrop farming with Zuller hour again?
Oh, so I was asking the guys that I wanted to do like a discovery stream for all the testnets and protocols. So people said that Friday is a good day.
Nice. What's 0G?
Zero G, I send it to you. You don't read what I send you.
No, not always. You
Oh my
send too
god.
many things. Sometimes you send too many things. I can't keep up with all of it.
Zero G is the first decentralized AI blockchain. They raised like 300 million from a lot of VCs. They are huge, and they are coming with a lot of strength into this. So farming it should be a no-brainer for everyone that has some free time. And if you don't have free time, then you have to look for 10 minutes of your very busy life to do it still.
Cool. Decentralized AI blockchains. Um, Very interesting, actually. I've been thinking about this back in 2017 already, like how you could actually run decentralized AI
Awesome.
jobs and verify them using proof of work or some kind of other consensus mechanism. This would be really cool. I don't know whether that's what they are doing, but it sounds
You should take a look
like it.
at the message I sent you like a week ago. It has a
Oh,
very nice description that I took my time to write and send it to you for you
oh,
to read.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Circle did a great job, but with the exception of them creating new USDC native token on Polygon chain while skipping USDC bridge token as well. That's not Circle's fault at all. Like Polygon, I mean, for Polygon only had USDC.E, which was the one bridge from Ethereum, and then they acquired the native USDC, which is native
Well,
already on Polygon, and now they
um,
have a USDC. The problem when you have this kind of tokens is you need to do a transition. You cannot just remove the bridge token in any way. So even Polygon had a USDC transition campaign.
but you still can't remove it. Even now, you can't remove the bridge token because you would
Yes,
effectively take money away from people,
exactly.
right? So this will still keep existing forever. But I find it really confusing that they actually renamed USDC into USDC.E after the fact, because originally the bridged token was called USDC and it was only this one, right?
Yes.
And now whenever you want to deposit to an exchange, it's super confusing whether they would also accept USDCE, and typically they wouldn't nowadays. But originally, in the beginning, when they introduced native USDC, this was so horrible because you couldn't know, right? And now, for instance, our like the reverties, or also no, actually mostly the reverties, they're still using USDCE because we can't change it in the smart contract anymore, right? So it's just like that. There's nothing we can do about this, right? So it's not great.
See, Zuler, he doesn't care about your job. Yeah, I'm sad today. I discovered he doesn't read what I sent him.
I try to react to the things that are directly job related, and not the ones that are. But anyway, I'll read it. I'll be
I'll
nice.
start sending you a link to my tweets instead. And that
You
way I
think
get one
it's gonna
impression.
make it better? But at least
No.
you'll have more viewers on your tweets.
Anyway,
Um,
when Combat X pitching collab. Oh my god, pitching. I have like I used to do it like 3 or 2 years ago. I don't remember when it released. But the thing is that you need to go through a very extensive KYC process to claim your tokens.
they want all your data.
They want
It's gotta
all
be
your
good for
data.
something.
And I have like $100 in there, but I am not sure I am willing to take that risk. So I'll just let it go by. Any updates or statement about DM shop updates? The shop updates, they're ready. They're in staging. There's no bad about it. Next season, the new shop will be 100% ready. Or material container. We talk about it. I'm saying too much. Now I'm realizing
You're fine.
we have the material container. We have the art for it, but we haven't proceed with the idea behind it
Yet.
yet.
I think that was based on my comment, but that was because you asked about a very specific use case for it, right? So
Not really an extensive process, to be honest. I tried to do it, but then I saw that they asked too much stuff, like my name. And I was like, yeah, I'm not sure if I want to give my name.
uh, very extensive KYC process. They want
Oh,
my
you have to
name.
submit your ID. I am sure you have to submit your ID, and that's why I refused.
I mean, that's KYC, right? Did you answer these, like robots, what you're farming, abstract?
Sorry. Yes, I replied to Robot. That's why
Okay,
that was part of the
good.
conversation of doing a stream on Friday, so I can show them all the protocols.
And this one, what are your thoughts on Ethereum? You
Um,
always push Polygon. You never push Ethereum. You're like a
it's because I hold Ethereum, but I don't do much on Ethereum. I think Ethereum is great as a structure and as a fundamental layer for all the layer two chains that have emerged. But so far, there's nothing that you can do on Ethereum that can be better on any layer two. absolutely anything. And maybe the future of Ethereum will be to be just the foundation layer for all these layer twos.
I mean, Vitalik has been talking about that, right? So
Yes,
it's funny how that developed from back in 2017, where it was all about proof of stake, and then Casper was being discussed back then.
settlement
Um,
layer. That's the
and then this moved into sharding discussions, and then there was never a good solution for sharding. There's still no solution for sharding, and then we actually got POS implemented a lot later than originally wanted. I mean, there was part of the reason was that the ETH token was not decentralized enough in terms of distribution, whatever. But the sharding thing never happened. Then Casper kind of happened, but didn't really. So like state channels, and then
the last
layer
upgrade
twos
was the
became a thing, and I think
Tikkun
Vitalik.
upgrade, right?
Hmm?
The last upgrade was the Tikkun upgrade, right?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Um, so anyway, there
My
are
dog is
people.
watching me with his eyes like, can you open the door, please? Like, no, wait for the stream to end.
Have you heard of Agarwood NFT, the new thing on Wax?
I received an NFT. I have been tagged in a couple of stuff about it. I haven't read a thing at all. But if you send me a link, I will be glad to read it.
Well, that's the collection. You can basically just go to the website. I think it's literally Agarwood NFT dot something. If somebody has that, Agarwoods NFT.io. Yeah. So I looked at
Yeah,
it on the weekend because I also had this NFT and I wondered what to do with it. So it's this one.
settlement layer. That's very interesting because there was a discussion between Ethereum and Celestia, because Celestia they also want to do all these roll ups, chains, and everything. And the discussion was over if it should be a settlement layer or a sovereign layer. There was a very nice discussion between Vitalik and the founder of Celestia. I wanted to do an article about it and then I forgot. Maybe this is my signal to do the article. The zero G faucet solar cave earlier is not opening. What? It's opening.
Da, 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 da. Probably because you have a cookie set. So
Yeah, I'll send it again.
I'm always happy when there's new stuff happening on Wax. Right. So far, I don't really understand whether Agarwoods is only staking farms on Alcor and I don't
Hey,
know
watch out, Alcor. I'm kidding.
WaxDAO. But really curious. Always happening. Always happy when things happen on Wax.
Agarwoods.nft.io. Let's see.
Anything about dissolving the partnership with Pipeflare since they rugged everyone? I wasn't aware they rugged. I thought they were basically just shutting down the business. But is that a confirmed kind of rug or anything?
You can claim. You should make sure to enter the captcha correctly.
Well, that goes without saying, doesn't it?
No, I mean this captcha is very difficult. Like if I show you the captcha, it's very difficult. Like they put you images of items and then they put you an image of a bag and they tell you to click on the items that will fit in the bag. So you actually have to do something. And then they put you a rabbit and you're like, well, the rabbit technically could enter in the bag, but I'm not sure if they want me to put the rabbit. And that's me overthinking
Okay.
the captcha. So, yeah.
welcome Raiders, by the way, and thanks Pickaxe Master for rating us. It's awesome. So
You rate us?
Pickaxe Master.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do you know who has never rated us? Quadro. He has never rated us.
Is that right,
Shame.
Quadwell? But welcome people from Pickaxe Master. We're just basically answering a ton of questions from the community about everything. See, that's the excuse, the cheap excuse.
Feel bad. You have to feel bad, Quadro.
So now you will have to start streaming 5 hours before the Tavern on Monday. You know when it's going to happen, and then rate us.
No, I don't have to.
So that's about Agar Woods, right? At the moment, it's only staking farms in Waxdao. They're trying to build a website and game around staking and mining. If you want to check out, it's pretty early, but Agar is performing quite well. A bit of mining network vibes. Here's the
Oh my
white
god,
paper.
a
You're
clicker.
not supposed to post links here. Oh my goodness. Anyway, you just go to
I will
agarwoodsnft.io
check
and
it
click
out.
the link to the white paper.
Dude, I'm playing with you.
Okay, there was 40 minutes ago, Rising Dragons asked this. Any chance that we adopt breeding just like blending? Blending would burn the NFTs, but breeding would keep the NFTs, but you would have to pay X amount of Playmite tokens and hold certain NFTs to breed.
I love breeding.
So
I like the
I
idea of
haven't
breeding.
I haven't actually really checked out how that's actually implemented in Twitchy Tides, but something like that we could probably do. So what are your thoughts?
The first one of the first ideas I had when I arrived is like implementing breeding, like it was on the Dungeon Worlds white paper, and then afterwards you will be able to add more wombats into your Dungeon Master setup. That was my initial idea.
So
Then
where is this leading? If this was
um,
one of your first ideas, you've been here a while.
the problem is, well, there were other problems that we had to take care of first, but how do you ensure that this doesn't just detract new users from arriving, as they will be behind with people with 21 bats, 31 bats in a setup. Like right now, people are asking for a third slot of a sidekick, which will be great, but that will just widen more the gap between players with a lot of resources and players that are starting.
Should we make maybe should we make smaller sidekicks as well? Like sidekicks
Side
light that are
sidekicksitos.
sidekicksitos. Uh,
Oh,
that's actually
I
cool.
like that Spanish pronunciation.
So the sidekicksitos is actually really cool. Um, Adrian getting surprised by Santiago at multiple levels in the stream is so fun to
Does he
watch.
get surprised in a good way or in a bad way? Yeah.
That's for the chat to tell.
When do you expect to release the last profession pack? I think it harvest.
Yeah, so that was the
Yes.
miners set.
Oh, actually, we were thinking in the last chat with the product management. People asked me a lot about the stamina. Do you remember? Do you remember we were talking about bringing something for stamina, but doing like a quadratic formula for it, so it doesn't help a lot to the top users?
Yeah.
Maybe we could bring back the gel that we had, and just apply the quadratic formula to it.
The quadratic stuff is your thing, right?
Well, a little.
Go ahead. I mean, it's not up to me, right? It's whatever helps the
But
game
the
be
thing is, you're the
fairer.
mathematician. So what will take me like 2 days, you could actually say, yeah, we could just do this.
Tell me what you want to do. I'll set up a spreadsheet for you where you can have that. I'll do that in 10 minutes.
Okay,
No problem.
in 2 minutes.
Maybe 10.
Okay,
Um,
that's good.
miners set or miners set?
I'll
No,
like
no,
a
no.
minor.
So that was the breeding. So you're supposed to keep thinking about the breeding stuff. Maybe there's some other form of breeding. Maybe sidekicks can actually breed little sidekicks, sidekicksitos. Um,
Set Kixitos. I love it.
and then there was,
Oh, sorry, did you click something?
yes, I did, but you can
Yeah, and I
answer
clicked
this.
something at the same time. But
Do you want to answer this before I go back to my
did you
question?
do that math for that blend on your own? I mean, usually the process is this: I have the initial idea, I do the math, then I go with Adrian, and Adrian corrects all the entire math, and then we can come up with something. But yeah,
But it's
that's
good. You're getting there. I mean,
I'm getting there. Like
it was a there was a lot more to correct in the beginning. So
with
it's
gems, it was very difficult with gems.
I mean, gems were particularly difficult. Gems
And
were
I started with gems, so that was a nice introduction.
yeah. So everything else should be a piece of cake for you now. There was
Oh
another
my god,
question
gems!
that
Gems
got
were cool.
posted a while ago by your village people. Can you add social mining features into OnePlay? Yes, we've been discussing this internally. OnePlay, Wombat, social mining, especially after we had that in the Telegram games. And that was exactly what we arrived to, that in Telegram games there was social, it's all about the social mining, right? But a lot of people realize that they don't actually have to do stuff in order to get the reward, because it's hard to actually check, or the Twitter API specifically is really expensive, right, to check. So this is what we arrived to, that if we do that, we would have to do it without the Twitter API, because it's kind of the price for the Twitter API is prohibitively expensive. We would have to do it without it, but then people would learn after a while that they can get the reward without actually doing the task. So that's a little bit difficult. And we spoke to some partners about this, and they said they don't really have a proper solution for this either. And then we ended up not doing it because it was too much effort for too little. But yes, this is still on our list to
What do you mean
actually
by
find a
social mining?
solution.
Like this tweet, retweet this tweet.
Exactly. So that within the Wombat app, for instance, you could earn $1 for retweeting something, or for liking a tweet, or for watching a video, or something like that, right?
So the Telegram apps and most of this stuff, for example, Layer 3, they don't complicate it too much. They just tell you like this tweet and they make you click the link. If you like it or not, it's up to you. But they already
Yes,
made you click the
but
link and
that's a massive issue, because I can tell you from our own experience that only about 10% of the people who claim the task actually did the task,
yes, exactly.
because they've learned that it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter whether you actually complete the task or not, you still get the reward. And you might have to wait 20 minutes or whatever, 10 minutes. I think that's problematic. So if we were to do it right, we would have to have you would have to link your Twitter account or your YouTube account, and this adds a lot of hassle, right? This is not a great process to do.
Oh, no.
So the answer is we'll try that again sometime soon.
I'm part of the problem.
Um,
So, people, do you want stuff
thank
from.
God we have Adrian checking your math homework.
Let Matt confirm the screenshot, pay him $10 bonus. I think Matt will be mad if we tell him check all the screenshots so people don't like it too.
But it's also adding screen. So I can actually imagine that we would have people link their YouTube or Twitter account once, right? And we hand out a reward for linking this, and then we could actually check the API, right? So that would be totally doable. So that way, yeah, this could work. But I'm actually wondering why there is no service that actually allows that out of the box for all the, let's
Maybe
say, for all
because
the
the
Telegram
Twitter
users.
API is too expensive.
Yeah, but I mean, once you're on an enterprise plan, right? You can get it cheaper, and you can then sell that on to others.
But doesn't it depend on the amount of queries you perform? So
It
every
does,
like
it does,
you will have to do a query of if the person performed the like.
but it's economies of scale, right? So if I go and I basically buy whatever 200 million transactions, or whatever you want to call them, um, on the Twitter API, then I can sell them cheaper than if somebody just buys 20,000,
Okay, cool.
right?
It could
So
work.
bundle this in a service and basically sell it on. I think there would be value in that. Just that the whole Telegram hype is over to a certain extent, right?
What do you think about voting power based on the amount of stake, but then we'll apply you a coefficient for account age, duration of staking, activity in Discord, etc. I love it. I think this is what governance will evolve to, but at the moment, that's something that we shouldn't be pioneers in governance because we have much bigger problems. But I love it. I love that concept and idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think specifically duration of staking. The activity on Discord will always be a little bit problematic if you get bonus points for this. It might be a bonus. It might not be kind of an integral part because this is gonna be subject to be faked and so on. But I think in general, I think that's a good idea. Me too. Captop saying yes. If you bring out stamina profession as well, you could number them 6 to 12, and if you put profession sets in correct order, we could do the atomic and clear blue rotate blends. Ooh, we've never wanted to do the rotate. We didn't want to do the rotate slot blends, and we also didn't want to have the upgrade set blends. You know, Santiago, before we had the profession sets, we always had the possibility of upgrading from, let's say, set 3 to set 4, right? To go up in the set, right? Using NFTs, using one bishops, and then it was also possible to blend. Basically, we had 8 slots back then, right? We added 2 additional ones after that, so now we have 10. But before that, we had 8 different slots. So you could basically blend your light into a hat, and your hat into like whatever it was. It would go in round robin essentially,
Okay.
right? So you could basically blend around. So you could, if you had too much of one slot, you could blend that into another slot. And we deliberately decided not to add that, not to offer these kinds of blends for the profession sets. But Captop is bringing that basically back, or is asking for us to bring that back to actually have these kinds of blends again. I mean, again, the practical questions aside, whether that is really feasible, right? There's a question of, do we actually want that? Do we want that you can easily transfer between slots, right? You can blend your shoes into a bracelet, whatever, your bracelet into pants, your pants into digging tool. Do you want this, right? And then it would always blend into the same rarity and level of the specific type, right? Obviously, that is again thousands and thousands of blends if we were to implement this. But even if we put the practicalities aside, is that something that we want? Would that be something that we want? Because we used to have it.
Interesting. I'll think about it. I mean, believe me when I say I would love to implement this kind of governance, but people will kill me like if we spend 1 or 2 months of development resources in doing that, and then we'll leave all the problems aside. Maybe in the future we can do it. That would be amazing.
Your village people is on fire today. Can you add natural disasters into the game, like back in Sim City, right?
I love that. I actually love it.
And add a new safety set that can reduce the chances of getting a disaster when you go for a run. Chances at a natural disaster are higher with the amount of daily runs and a short distance run.
Your village wants superheroes to be hurt.
It's so funny because in the first game that I've ever made, which was called The Game of Trading, which I programmed together with my brother on our 286 computer in ASCII art. We had no graphics card, so it was all ASCII art. It was called The Game of Trading, and you essentially were a weapons dealer in the Middle Age. It was super funny. We had these kinds of random events, so it was turn-based because we didn't know how to do anything real time. So it was turn-based, and you would basically have to buy and sell weapons like daggers and swords and shields and stuff like that. and you had these random events where each round you had a small chance of hitting a random event, like, hey, a burglar broke into your shop and stole 5 axes or something like that, right?
Nice.
So this kind of natural calamities, natural disasters kind of idea from your village people reminded me totally of the game of trading that I think is about 33 years old. And I don't know whether I still have a floppy with it.
Wombat lives matter. Yeah, we should maybe start this movement after your village people wants to hurt our wombats. I
So
like the idea of Oh, sorry. I like the idea of introducing more RNG to it, like raining, floods, sunny days in which you get a little boost. Could be interesting. What do you
definitely.
think?
So this could change every day, right? So it could literally be the weather instead of, like, I mean, disasters are one thing, right? Where you have a tornado or earthquake or whatever, but you could have just the weather, which will be randomized every day, right? And then, or we may actually do some kind of decentralized weather forecasting or voting. But then certain types of gear might actually be better for certain types of circumstances, right? So you might actually lose if it gets rainy. Dungeon might be muddy, so if you don't have proper shoes, you might actually get stuck more. So your run duration will increase, something like that, right? Or effectively your
We'll need weather forecasting soon. That's awesome.
yeah, exactly. So let's decentralize that, right? So let's have people run little dungeon master weather nodes, and you could vote, or you could send in your weather schedule, and depending on the number of tokens you get staked, you could basically um, you could influence this. That's
I
that's
love it.
actually really cool.
I actually love it. I love that idea.
Tomorrow it's gonna rain, and Bomba Dungeon Master, stay safe, everybody. Robot is getting back to. I suggested second gear page, so we want to add some extra complexity to the game because it's not complex enough, right? To learn some stats would be only usable on the second page, while main gear page could carry all gear. Second stat would be XP, NFT chance, rope boost, karma. What you guys think about that? I'm not sure I understand entirely.
I do.
So
He
that you
also
can
sent me
stake
a,
more
a
gear.
message explaining all of it in detail. So maybe we can discuss about it off stream. In the world of the clan TV.
Nice,
Oh my
really
god, there
nice.
is a ghost in the dungeon after 10 p.m. UTC.
Of your daily. Wow, that's wild. Not just the one, not just of your run. That I would like having this on a run basis. I think could be interesting.
Okay, I like the RNG stuff. Wait, we
Of course, you
we
do.
should do something like that.
Rising Dragons has asked, have you played the game named Card Thief by any chance? Game with an interesting concept that's available on Play Store and App Store. No, I don't think so. But I'll check this out. Let me make a note or download it if it's available in the Play Store. So what's this? Vince is asking, what is the percentage of Wombat staking holders typically voted in the last polls on average? The current voting page is too hidden, and if notifications can be incorporated into the app, that would be good. I don't disagree with this. So we used to have, for certain votings, we used to have push notifications, but we didn't want to put in push notifications for every voting, because there's quite a bunch of them happening regularly. So that's why we didn't necessarily want to have them for everything. So let's see.
Oh my god, I cannot believe we will be taking an idea from Sharknado. The shark drop rate is very high and wins for the shark. I haven't watched Sharknado in a long time. I don't know if that is a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe I should watch it for the memes. Have you watched a scary movie?
Yeah, but
A classic.
this has been so long, so long. Dropping weather gear soon. Yeah, that would be so cool. Maybe the last gear is not actually mining gear or miners gear. Would be the weather gear.
What time of year is that? I think he didn't like the scary movie.
No, I didn't like scary movie.
Oh, you didn't like it? Oh my, come on, God. It's because you're German. No, you're not German. You're.
I was born in Poland, but I actually
Oh,
was
you're.
born German. It's funny because I didn't
Wait,
know that I was
so
born
you're
German
Polish
until I
or
got.
you're German?
I have both citizenships,
Okay.
but I was also born German because my dad was German. But I didn't know, I didn't really realize that until I got married. And I was like, hey, so I was born in Poland, and in Germany, when you want to get married, it's always
Oh my God.
different if one of the parties getting married was born in a different country. Then you basically fall into a different bucket, and you have a different process, and you have to bring put up different types of documents. So then I basically was like, yeah, so I was born in Poland. So I acquired the German citizenship later, and they were like, "No, you actually didn't. You were German right from the start because your dad was German." I'm like, "Ah, right. I never thought about this because I kind of thought I basically acquired it when I came to Germany." But fine.
Fall into citizenships is illegal. It's
That's
not.
not true. Germany, it's perfectly legal if you were born before 1990 or something. There was a cutoff date.
Hi, have we asked why we don't get more resources in the clan buildings? Just a bug? Yes, it's a bug. We're taking a look into it.
Heroes 3. Oh my god. Thanks, Ving, for bringing up Heroes. Heroes of Might and Magic is one of my all time favorites in terms of games.
I think I haven't played it. Heroes 3. Let's see.
I hope you're meaning Heroes of Might and Magic, but I don't know
No, I haven't played it.
what the forecast is all about. Oh. Okay, folks, it's been
Okay, you can now ban a Quadro.
benefit of the doubt to Santiago because he's so young. It's been you weren't born when Heroes 3 came out.
Maybe that's the reason I haven't played it.
Ah, right at the start of the week, right? I remember. Right. So it's the week of the blah blah blah, right? And then yeah, cool, sure. All right, folks. I actually have just realized I have a hard stop in 10 minutes. So unless you want to stay
Twitchy.
alone with,
A very fast Twitchy.
yeah, let's do a Twitchy Tides. And
I will
I
seriously. I promise it is in the list, but we have other stuff. But after we finish all these USDC payments, I have all these small tasks that we will be completing one by one. Thank you so much.
and now I want to ask everybody to try !play with AI to join the Twitchy Tides. So
Oh,
I
you
hope that
managed to change it. What was
I
the issue?
remembered to change it before I started the stream so
Nice.
that nobody could see you changed the blah 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 to play. So it's a true play. And this basically hits back on the question that we got early on about hey, we're not mentioning play everywhere. We are, or you even have it in Twitchy Tights.
Yeah, now when you load the One Battalion Master, it says powered by Playmate. That's also true.
Yes.
You like it? I like it.
I do as well, but I mean, I don't remember who it was who posted this early on as well on the stream, but we do have to fill this with live. I do agree.
Cesaron is here and
So
he hasn't say hi. Hey, Cesaron.
Who's here?
Cesaron.
Oh, there's a lot of people here. I like that.
Gold is here. Mortal Wombats. Define the Dollar. Rising Dragons. Your Village. Night Fury. Ooh, oh, Tavern. Yeah, Boundless is here. Basking is here. Hey, man. Incognito. But we have your wallet. You're no longer incognito. Haha. Exclamation mark play, guys.
With AI.
With AI.
Seems nobody's using the wombat anymore.
Do you know what I have been scared the whole stream? It seems it's about to rain, and I left my clothes drying outside. So, so if you see me starting running around, it's because it started to rain. Like, oh no, the clothes.
Wouldn't have been an issue in Portugal because it's been raining the whole week. You wouldn't have had your clothes out
You
for.
wouldn't have clothes, yeah. Exclamation mark play AI, guys, if you want to get some prizes. Okay,
The
so
village people
I'll
is
ask.
posting on X every day until play launches. Well, on one hand, I would. I think it's good if you post every day, right? So you're building an audience there. But I also hope that we don't have to reach day 100.
That would be cool, actually. Do something funny out of it, like taking a selfie for every day until play
Don't
launches.
shave, something like that, right?
Don't do it. I recommend you to don't do it. Well, don't shave is good. Adrian has been doing it.
I did actually trim my beard a week ago.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, maybe that's 1 or 2 days of beer for you. I just accepted the fact that it is impossible for me to have that beer.
I've never had that issue.
It wouldn't be an issue in Wales either, as it is always raining, so you wouldn't have your clothes out on the line in the first place. Yeah.
For sure in Wales. Your village people, I can drink vodka every day till play launches.
You can do it. I encourage you to do it.
Vodka is clean alcohol, so it's good for you. Sorry, no, I wasn't meaning to make to do alcohol ads here. Ice hockey beard soon here in Sweden. Ice hockey beard, yeah, that's cool. Okay, folks, let's start this round. What are we going to do? We're going to do 5 promo boxes for the top players, and since nobody is wearing the wombat skin, we
Vince should wear
can.
it. Vince always wears it. Where isn't he? Where's
Vince
Vince?
Vince is having this crab.
Oh, that's a cool card.
There's been a new drop, right? So we should advertise Twitchy Tides a little more. I think there's a new edition of Fish Life on FT Blocks.
You haven't introduced me to the owner of Twitchy Tides.
I haven't. Should do that. Then.
Yeah. I
Vince,
worried if no one is wearing it.
nobody is wearing it right now, but I also don't see you wearing it. I think
Do
you
you
changed
have
it, right?
Do you have a wombat tattoo? Rising Dragons.
There's been a few challenges about people getting wombat tattoos, so maybe there are some.
Do you know what I missed from the previous bull market? People getting tattoos to get whitelist for NFT projects.
Say again, I lost you for a second.
Do you know what I missed from the previous bull market? Like people getting weird tattoos to get whitelist for some projects.
That was a thing.
You don't know about it. People
Uh,
used to get tattoos to win whitelist all the time.
Oh, look, Vince wants to actually win a free pack for just adding the skin, so nobody else. Cool, an auto win for Swim Dodge Vince. Okay, let's start this. We're 40 people. That's enough. Let's go. Getting a tattoo just to get on the whitelist. I mean,
There's
okay, if the NFT ended up being worth like 5 or 10 ETH, right? Why not?
Like, for how much money would you guys get a tattoo?
And post it publicly, obviously, right?
And post it publicly. I'm thinking, how much money? Do you have a number, Adrian? Everyone has a number.
I don't have tattoos, so for me that's really hard. Even though I used to play in a metalcore band, I was one of the few people um, in metal music, essentially, uh, playing in a band without tattoos. So I don't have any. To me, the number would be rather high. Oh, look, we've got the bed. Then we've got Robot,
One
Crypto
billion dollars,
Infinity,
so I can remember.
Autumn's Toys, and Incognito.
GG, guys. 1 billion it's a
GG's.
lot. You could buy a lot of Wombat with it.
For how much?
1 billion.
1 billion? Yeah, that
Yeah.
would send Wombat.
First time I tried. Congrats, man. 0.5% in equity shares. I think I will get a tattoo for. My dog is biting me. Like, please let me go out. For 5K? It depends on.
5K.
Yeah, 5K will be my number.
So a Playmind tattoo.
I feel like I'm selling my body. Yeah, if you send me 5K, I will get a playment tattoo.
5K in play tokens.
Yeah, I mean, yes, for sure.
And you will post it on Twitter?
I will post it on Twitter.
Cool. Deal.
Oh my god. Okay.
After launch, we'll do that. Cool. Looking forward.
So
Okay, folks.
maybe I will set up a stream for Friday, guys. I will ask Pedro if I can do it, and should be cool.
Why would you not?
I have to ask the boss. He needs to give me green lights.
I can make him. All right, folks. So we're at the end.
I feel like I'm selling my body. I feel bad now.
you know what Twitch is showing me? This comment by Crypto Infinity, start the fundraising, has been flagged, and now Crypto Infinity is a suspicious user. This is ridiculous, right?
Rhodium pack.
Nobody said Rhodium pack. I said promo box, Vince. So stop it. We don't have Rhodium packs to begin with. Super sus. Yeah. All right. Who do you want to rate now?
Who is live?
Don't say Quadral.
Is Quadro live?
I don't know. Yes. Quadral went live. Wants to be rated. So
He wants to rate. We can rate Quadro for the memes.
I'm not asking you, I'm asking the chat.
Guys, let's rate Quadro. What is he streaming? Engine Monday. What's up with Engine? I haven't heard about it in a long time.
What's
Engine.
Engine?
Yes.
Engine's still a thing? Sorry. It's been a while. Oh, Knossi.
Who is Nossi?
Knossi is one of, if not the biggest German streamer.
Interesting.
Knossi. I read an article about Eli Geller on the weekend. He is also one of the biggest, and how much money he's making, and what kind of businesses he's running, and so on. He's 27. Really, really interesting. I really like this kind of digging into what they've done. But is Knossi live actually? So we will be. Knossi streams in German. No, I don't think Knossi is live. Too bad. So I guess we'll go with Quadrell. So Quadrell will be on start screen for some minutes, but it's gonna be fine. All right, folks. Thanks a lot for jumping on the stream with us. It was a lot of fun again. See you next week. Santiago, thank you
See
for
you next
jumping
week.
on.
Thank you so much, guys. Maybe I'll see you guys on Friday.
Do it.
Let's do it.
So,
So save
yeah,
the
you'll
date,
have to
guys. Next Friday.
you'll have to wait a minute or two for Quadrell to actually come on, but it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah, I saw your ticket, man. Thank you so much. We have a
All right.
lot of stuff. That's good. We have job. See you guys.
Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.